Okay, so our team name is Iced Tea Lemon. Basically, when we were approaching the theme for this project, we were thinking about what kind of opportunity was there for us to make something good that people will use. So the opportunity that we did come up with was thinking about the gap between current solutions for making people more aware and environmentally friendly. So the way that we did that was we thought about most of the solutions out there, and the fact is that most of them are targeting a very small psychographic where it's targeting consumers who are already eco-conscious, and although that minority is pretty devoted to being eco-conscious, it's still a very limited market, and we feel that what our project should do is expand that market.
The solution needs to look past the problem, and so for one, it needs to address a short-term and a long-term plan. It also needs to be easily integrated with the system rather than trying to change the system. And the third point, the most important, is that it needs to step back behind and be able to evaluate what's going on. And so it's kind of like if you just focus on what is in the picture, you'll never find what's really in the picture of the magic eye. And the last point is that it needs to be a starting point. So whatever solution we find shouldn't be the end all. It shouldn't be the solution to get a sustainable environment, but more of one that creates a starting point, creates an opportunity for other people to become more aware. Our product is sort of a one-way to address the solution. And so Lemon Sketch is a tablet-based program. It's a collaboration tool, mostly, at least initially, focused on the educational market. And we wanted to address the short-term and long-term. And so one of the ways that we address the short-term is that it saves a lot of paper.
How are we going to convince teachers, administrators, parents, basically all the stakeholders that have a say in the educational system? How are we going to convince them to buy our product? If we sell this environmental tool to schools, it looks very, very good for the school. The school can market itself as a very green school. They're helping the environment by not using as much paper. And at the same time, they're also advancing technology in the school. They're becoming much more technologically advanced for the students, which is a plus to the parents. The parents will love that because they're exposing more technology to the kids. And so it's just a kind of a snowball effect that more publicity for the school wants them to have our product in the school itself, so they can use it.
With this program, it's a tablet-based program, so we're going to start out with making a new drawing. So it uses the ink canvas that comes with .NET 3.5. So we're just sharing a workspace, so I'm drawing something. And Sophie can draw with me from that computer. And it happens in real time. Every point she draws, I see instantly.
Initially, we want to go for a push marketing strategy in the sense that we want to push it onto the schools. And we do that. The ideal way would be creating a partnership with probably the U.S. Department of Education in some form or manner. That would be the ideal way to get a mass market and take advantage of the mass market production of getting into public schools. So, and again, being first in the market is key because this is pretty much uncharted territory as far as the mass production of this type of product. So that would be a big effect. And to package along with our product, we could appeal to sponsors who could create green programs that would give them a brand name that's connected with the program that's connected with our tablet PC, and give them some exposure to that, while at the same time promoting sustainable ideas through lesson plans, through lesson practices that they can take within the programs. So that's a big incentive for them, especially on the mass market. And the profit that we would initially gain would largely be from the purchase of tablet PCs, as well as a service and setup where we could go to teachers and we could easily scan in their current lesson plans and current information and put those into the programs. And we could charge for that. It wouldn't be an astronomical because, again, on the mass market production, if you get it reaching to enough people, you're going to make money that way. And then another big thing that will keep us protected from outside competitors in the long term is the future growth, and which will therefore lead to profit, where we can extend this to, again, other places of academia.
All right, so to recap, we feel that our solution matches those about 4 bullets that we mentioned at the beginning. So it addresses the short term and the long term. It's easily integrated with the system, the existing system, rather than trying to change it. It looks back and doesn't just focus on the problem. It kind of tries to evaluate what's going on, what's in the market, what are their competitors. There's like the Facebook graffiti and what. And then lastly, we want to say that this is a starting point for sustainable environment, because we need to have an opening for more of a creation of opportunities where people can create awareness for sustainable environments. So it's a project. Thank you very much. Are
Thank
there any
you.
questions?
Thank you.